Tell me, when was the last time you felt truly balanced? Not too much work and not too much rest, not too much saving and not too much spending, not too much closure and not too much distance. How many people have a problem with this? If we're too much engaged in work, we forget about our family and friends. If we spend the maximum. If we eat, 80% of that is usually fast food, and then it's complicated for us to come back to our norm. Everything in life is about balance. If you want to live a rich, full, harmonious life, enlightenment with yourself and the world around you, you must learn how to balance every area of your life. How to combine black and white, effort and rest, giving and receiving. I call it the inner scales, like the old-fashioned ones, where one cup does not overweight the other. So today I want to show you why balance is a real key to a happy and fulfilling life. Balance is like an internal navigator. It shows you where you have a gap. Without it, it's almost impossible to have a complete life where all areas, career, relationship, friends, family, health, rest, and self-development thrive in time. Most likely, you will burn out. So first it goes inner balance. This is about learning how to hold different qualities inside of yourself and then let them unpack according to what situation you're in. For example, you have a mother who came to you to give you an advice that you didn't ask for. So what you can do, you can come from a position of love, you can thank her, and you can give her gratitude that she would like to get. At the same time, you will take her words into your account, you will think about them, but you will make a decision that it will be the best for you. So that is the balance. Two roles at once and the scales are even. This also means that you should allow different situation and hold in your life, and it doesn't matter what situation it is, it's good, bad. If you deny one part, then you deny the second part, which is obvious, right? Through them, you discover different parts of yourself that you did not even know existed. You can be responsible and productive at work and at the same time a person who needs rest and pleasure. You can be the one who has this healthy lifestyle, goes to Pilates, eats healthy, do all these nice things, and at the same time a person who wants to hang out with friends and go out at night. You can be kind and set boundaries with people because one thing does not cancel the other. Often what happens is by attributing one quality, we deny the existence of other, and thus limit variations of our actions and life itself. So one day you can lie on a couch eating chips, watching TV series and doing nothing. Tomorrow you get up and conquer the world. So you can be anything you want to be. You can be all things at once. Have all different traits, qualities, and then balance them in your hands like you're a jungler. And remember, one bad day does not cancel the whole productive week. If you allow yourself to relax, you can gather and put yourself back together at any time. Then it goes balance in our everyday life. We all do have problems, and most importantly, we will never solve all our problems. There is no need for that, because if we solved everything, we would have nothing to do. People quickly get bored of routine, and we can deceive ourselves by saying that I want actually a peaceful life and I do not want to have any of that pressure. It's not for me. I just want a peace of mind and I would like not to have any problems. But if we had a constant peace, it would bore us over time. It would be too sweet and we need contrast. So for example, if you receive flowers every day, the joy slowly fades with every time that you receive them. It becomes like a norm and you even feel less gratitude towards this action. If you eat your favorite dish every day, it loses its special taste. But if those things are taken away from you for quite some time, their value returns multiplied. And that's why ups and downs are necessary. It's the internal cycle of yin and yang. One cannot exist without the other. So don't resist difficult periods. We learn the best through good, bad, again and again and again. Accept everything that comes in with gratitude, and sometimes we even create these contracts consciously. So for example, I live in two cities. During the week, I'm in the capital. I'm busy, focused on self-discipline, career, money, growth. On weekends, I often go to my parents' house, and it's really cozy and peaceful place where you do not do a lot. You spend time with your family, friends, you go out, you have a nice time, and you do not bother too much about all this material stuff. So by combining these two worlds, I combine them inside of myself. I learn to be both versions. I can be small and I can be big. I can be white and I can be black. Then we listen to our inner rhythm. If you were lazy the whole morning, you did not do a lot, then it doesn't mean that your whole day is spoiled. Be productive at lunchtime. If you ate fast food yesterday, eat healthy for the next couple of days or weeks. If you ate healthy for the next couple of days or week and you want to give yourself a permission to try something else, you can do that too. It doesn't mean that you have to be like a soldier all the time doing this. No, you can give yourself a little bit of rest. You just need to do it consciously. If you spent too much last month, save more this month. If you spend too much time with your partner, like the whole week, literally give a little bit of space for both you and him. Track where the scales dipped and gently bring them back to center. We feel the happiest when all areas of our life approximately at the same level. Then it goes balance of giving and receiving. So the flow must go two ways. What comes in must go out to the universe, to people, and to yourself. Because if you only take and consume information but never share it with anybody else, it becomes self-destructive. Or for example, when you do not do anything the whole day, then you keep the energy inside of yourself and you have this really unpleasant feeling that you want to do something, but at the same time you do not have any energy because you did not keep it balanced. We as humans, we actually strive our best at our highest potential when we're occupied with stuff, when we solve different issues, when we solve the problems, and then we have this inner satisfaction that yes, it was complicated, but I did this successfully. So in relationship, you do not only take all the benefits of it, love, support, share time together, but you also give it back even twice as much with your whole open heart. So when you receive something special, you got a promotion, a bonus, extra amount of money, maybe something has fallen to you from the sky, you need to give it back, do some charity, come up to a person, say some nice words to them. You must give it back. Not in the same exchange rate, but you must close this energetic loop. Do not stay in debt. Give it without greed. It can be financial, it can be physical help. Give it in a form of happiness and feelings that you evoke in other people. Emotional support. It can be anything. Having received, give it back. Then obviously balance in relationship. If they put in an effort, they were with you all the time, giving you all the support that you needed, picking up the phone at the times when they were busy and basically giving all of themselves to you, and then you gave them nothing in return, taking that for granted. Eventually they will come to a conclusion that communication with you is not a profitable investment. They will have an impression that for you it's never enough. No matter what they do, still you're not going to give the same back. Balance in messages. If they wrote you a whole article about how they feel, your response should not be a couple of words of support. It's all going to be all right. Sorry, I'm just busy right now. I did not have any time to reply. That's why it took me about 8 hours. But yeah, I'm really sorry about that. No, it should not be like that. You need to write something that matches their energy. It must be approximately on the same level. You may not send them the same article. You can simply call them, send a voice message with a full support and explaining that you understand how they feel. If they invited you to go out 2 times and you refused, invite them next time. When they supported you, express your gratitude verbally. Show them that it has value for you. If 1 week you were not be able to communicate, then the next week communication must be more than usual because you had already skipped 1 week. So that these interactions cover the missed time and vice versa. If you're too much available, if you do not give them any space, switch to something else so that it does not become too sweet. Where you do not become too much, because we know that when you eat something too much, you become bored of that. Sometimes you just need to hand your hat on a pause, keeping track of where you have a gap in your relationship, family, friends, career. Do not lean only to one side, because then you're going to lose the other side as well. keep it balanced, make it consciously, see where the dip is, and then fix it, make the scales even. And balance isn't something that you're born with, it's something that you learn over time. It's like a skill. The more you put effort to it, the more it will grow, and then it will become a part of you and you will feel it naturally. You will do it automatically. You see that one thing went down, you will take it to the right place. So I thank you for watching this video, and I see you in the next one.